Hi, this is Todd, and I want to share with you a bonus case study. And this is a case study that just keeps getting more and more exciting to me. I've had and worked with a lot of financial advisors. 3 this week have come in with a question of, could my client refinance to a lower term in keeping their payment the same? And how would we figure out what their term would look like? So advisors are working with their clients to sort of use the discipline of a shorter term and the low interest rate environment to help them focus on something that is not exciting, and that's their portfolio, right? It's down 12% or so maybe this year, or 12% since the high. Instead, focus on the real wonderful today opportunity, which is all-time historical low rates. So I'm going to show you an actual case that came in from a financial advisor on their client and how we did a very quick, 3-minute conversation that led to a refinance, and how you can use this to go out and generate new referrals. So this is Jim's client at Solomon Smith Barney. It's a refinance, and it's a very simple situation, right? They've got a current mortgage today, and that mortgage is a 30-year fixed at 5.75%. It's a $680,000 balance, and they're paying $4,250 a month. So look how easy that is to set up. I just put in refinance, the client, and the current mortgage, and that's it. About 7 fields. I click the Borrow tab, and oops, I had got timed out. Security settings. All right, back in here. I click the Borrow tab, and when I click that Borrow tab, we're doing a very simple setup. I've got my current mortgage. You can see they owe about 305 payments right now. So they're already 4 or 5 years into this mortgage based on what they're paying today. But what we wanted to solve for is, what could they get based on their current payment. So we looked first at a 15-year, and all I had to do was click 15-year. And this is going to pull in a 15-year, kind of an average, current rate for that, which that's a little high right now, 685. And I can see that payment was going up, right? So with one click, and I did this on a live call with the advisor. We were just sharing our desktop, using the desktop share, and I went to the 20-year, and we had about a 4.25 rate quote at that time, and I could see 4250, 4241. That was going to work for this particular client, right? I was going to be able to get them into a very similar price point. And that was all the advisor needed to see. You can see we did a very simple, quick closing cost scenario. We figured about 0.5% for just closing costs. This was going to cover a little back end. To the client, we bumped the loan from 680 to 685. So that gave us at least $5,000 cash at closing to cover closing costs. So the client was going to feel good walking away with some pocket change here. The monthly payment, you can see $4,250 to $4,242. So $8 a month on the payment difference. And of course, what the advisor was really excited about in this transaction, I'll kind of move this up so you can see it and move this down a little bit, was over the 20-year time frame. We could do a simple 20-year time frame with no appreciation, just to show the financial difference here. And he could show the client that this was going to be worth $238,720 in savings over that 20-year period. Then in 20 years, their balance here was 0. Their balance here, they still owe $235,141. So super simple. We didn't get fancy. I didn't have to go to the advanced tab and show any of the other stuff. I just simply showed the financial benefit here of this client taking their current mortgage with no out-of-pocket and moving it to a situation where they have a guaranteed payoff in 240 months. Now, if you want to do something fancier, you can go to the advanced plan, put extra payments, set a target date. Those are the kinds of things you can do, but this is all it took. As I mentioned in this same series, if you're watching the video with Dan Williams, he's been talking to advisors about this, has gotten 8 referrals in 2 days from advisors on this kind of a strategy. And all you got to do is go out and talk about what you can do for that client today based on their current cash flow. Create a case study like this. Show it to the advisor as a best case scenario or a current case scenario for their client, and then let them know that this is something that you can do for them today. So hope this helps. Use it as a strategy. Go out and good hunting.